Speaker, respected colleagues, Donald Kemeka Bojogo is my name. I represent the very wonderful people of Ilaje SL, the federal constituency. Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, I am from Ondo State. I rise this morning to the second leg of the motion as ably moved by my colleague, I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The floor is yours. Make it brief, please.
Mr. Speaker, as I said, my heart bleeds. I brought this type of motion some weeks ago, and I'm here today again on the same incident that has happened. Mr. Speaker, on 21st April 2026, armed insurgents carried out an unprovoked attack on my lady, where 9 innocent lives were brutally short-lived, sustained various degrees of injuries. Mr. Speaker, as we are still mourning the departed souls of the Mayo Lady tragedy, they struck again. That was on the 26th of April, just a few days ago. Suspected Boko Haram, ISWAP insurgents again launched another brutal assault on Sabongari, Telabala, and Gweku villages. 29 innocent souls were murdered again. The unfortunate and inhuman of these things occurred in the evening, in broad daylight, Mr. Speaker. These coordinated attacks have thrown the entire Gombe Home Federal Constituency into mourning, fear, displacement. Our people can no longer sleep with their eyes closed. Farms are abandoned, schools are deserted, economic activities have been crippled. Mr. Speaker, this is the third time I'm presenting motions of urgent public importance on this same issue with no immediate action by the government. This is unfortunate because we even report the movement of these people to the security and nothing happens until these mayhems are done. Mr. Speaker, in view of the foregoing, I urge this Honorable House to please, I repeat, I urge this Honorable House to please observe a minute silence in honor of the 38 souls that were lost within the past 2 weeks. Mandate the Committee on Army, Defense, National Security Intelligence, take steps immediately to arrest this situation, Mr. Speaker, because this is so sad. It's too much for us. Our people are bleeding. Call on the Ministry of the Humanitarian Affairs and Northeast Development Commission to urgently provide psychosocial support and rebuild destroyed homes at Mayoladi, Sabongari Tela, and Gwetu communities. These communities are heavily devastated. They don't have even a single house standing. We buried more than 30 corpses in the last week. Mr. Speaker, this is so sad, and our people are losing confidence in government. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the primary purpose of government is to protect lives and property. Mr. Speaker, I so move. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's a straightforward motion. Yes?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Kabiru Sumakama. I represent the good people of the Kalerikiri Federal Constituency. I'm from Bauchi State. I rise to second the motion moved by my honorable colleagues from Adamawa. I so second. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Straightforward motion. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to Committee on Army, Defense, National Security, NEMA, Northeast Development Commission. Shall we rise for 1 minute silence, please? As requested by the motion. May the soul of the departed rest in perfect peace. Honorable colleagues, the first business of the day is the presentation of 3 bills, and I invite the clerks to read the short titles of the bill.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2026, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, 6th Alteration Bill 2026, first reading. Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2026, first reading.
Thank you, clerk. The second business of the day is presentation of reports of the Committee on Communication and the issue from the Statutory Revenue Fund of the Nigerian Communications Commission, total sum of 479,580,260,000 naira only, out of which 120,440,652,000 naira only is for recurrent expenditure. 26,779,045,000 naira only is for capital expenditure. 2,011,493,000 naira only is for special projects, while the sum of 20 billion naira only is for transfer of Universal Service Provision Fund. 276,277,071,000 naira only is for transfer to federal government. Financial year ending 31st December 2026. This is standing in the name of Honorable Peter Patterson. Honorable Patterson is invited to present the report. Honorable Patterson. Honorable Patterson, take your report back. Honorable Patterson, take your report back. You have to move the motion requesting the leave of the House to lay your report, and then this your motion must be seconded before you bring it up.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I'm Comrade Peter Ohiozoje Akpatasin, MNI. I represent the great people of Akoko-Edo Federal Constituency. I'm from Edo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to present the report of the Committee on Communication, the Nigeria Communications Commission, NCC, for the year 2026 budget. I so.
Any seconder to this motion? Is your deputy here?
Yes.
Deputy, please second.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I remain Dr. Midala Usman Balami. I represent the good and dynamic people of Askira Uba Haul Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to second the motion, motion of the report moved by my leader, the chairman on Committee on Communication. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. You may now lay your report. The first order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Federal Polytechnics Act and establish federal polytechnics of artificial intelligence and digital technology earlier there. To provide qualitative structured education in artificial intelligence, technology, and for related matters. It's standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihomvera. Honorable members will recall that the bill was adopted, that the House has adopted the report of this committee of the whole on Tuesday, 28 April. I therefore call on the leader of the House to move that the bill be now read the third time. Okay, there are three more. Okay. Leader, wait. The second order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish Nigerian Army Institute of Environmental Science and Technology. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted a report from the Committee of the Whole yesterday, Tuesday, 28th. It is one of the bills that the Honorable Leader of the House will move for to be read the third time. The third order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Number of Judges Act, Cap H6, Laws of Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to provide for an increase in the number of judges in the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and for related matters. In the name of Honorable Julius Ihomvera again, honorable members, you are aware that yesterday, 28th of April, the House adopted a report from the Committee of the Whole. Therefore, now I invite the Leader of the House to move that these three bills be read the third time. Is that his fourth one?
Yes, it's the fourth one. Sir.
Okay, these four bills. Okay, it's remaining one. Sorry, Leader, you have a lot of work to do today. The fourth one as well is the third reading of a bill for an act to provide for establishment, function, and administration, Legislative Security Directorate, and the National Assembly. I now know where the Secretariat was eager to remind me of that. Because this one concerns you people more. Functions and administration of legislative security directorates in the National Assembly provide for the qualification and conditions of service of the Sergeant at Arms and other personnel of the Directorate and for related matters. Also standing in the name of Honorable Professor Julius Ihomvera, House Leader. Honorable members, you will recall that this House adopted a report of the Committee of the Whole on this bill yesterday, the 28th of April 2026. Therefore, I invite finally the Professor of Professors, the Leader of the House, to move that these 4 bills be all read the 3rd time. Prof, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, our very able and capable Speaker, and Professor Julius Ihonvere, Owan Federal Constituency, Edo State. Mr. Speaker, my very dear colleagues, I rise to move that the following bills, HB 377, HB 376, HB 1635, and HB 1632 be read a 3rd time. I so move. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Minority Leader.
Are you? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my very respected honorable colleagues. I rise to second the motions moved by the House Leader. I hereby second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, please read the long titles of these bills.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to amend the Federal Polytechnic Act and establish Federal Polytechnic of Artificial Intelligence and Digital Technology, Alaide, Benue State, to provide qualitative and structured education in artificial intelligence technology and for related matters, 3rd reading. A bill for an act to establish Nigerian Army Institute of Environmental Science and Technology, formerly known as Nigerian Army Institute of Technology and Environmental Studies, and for related matters, 3rd reading. A bill for an act to amend the Higher Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Number of Judges Act, CAF H6, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to provide for an increase in the number of judges in the Higher Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and for related matters, 3rd reading. A bill for an act to provide for establishment, function, and administration of Legislative Security Directorate in the National Assembly, provide for the qualification and condition of service of the Sergeant-at-Arms and other personnel of the Directorate, and for related matters, 3rd reading.
Thank you, Clerk. Bill for an act to amend the Federal Polytechnics Act and establish Federal Polytechnics of Artificial Intelligence and Digital Technology, Alaide, Benue State, to provide qualitative and structured education in artificial intelligence technology and for related matters, HB 377, read the 3rd time and pass. Bill for an act to establish Nigerian Army Institute of Environmental Science and Technology, formerly known as Nigerian Army Institute of Technology and Environmental Studies, for related matters, HB 376, read 3rd time and pass. Bill for an act to provide for establishment, function, and administration, Legislative Security Directorate in the National Assembly, provide for the qualification and condition of service of the Sergeant-at-Arms and other personnel of the Directorate, and for related matters, read 3rd time and pass. A bill for an act to amend the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Number of Judges Act, CAP H6, Laws of Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to provide for an increase in the number of judges in the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and for related matters, HB 1635, read 3rd time and pass. Honorable colleagues, the fifth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish the National Defense College of Nigeria to serve as a high-level center for the professional military education of senior officers and selected civilians from MDAs, including participants from the armed forces of allied countries within and outside Africa, serve as a center for strategic research and studies, as well as a postgraduate degree awarding institution, and for related matters. Standing in the names of Honorable Abbas Tajuddin and Honorable Babajimi Benson. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 11 March 2026. I've been told Honorable Maki will be taking care of these bills. So I now invite Honorable Maki to...
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, my honorable colleagues. I'm Abubakar Maki Eleman. I'm from Jigawa State. I represent Malamudur Kaugama Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to stand to lead the debate for Act to establish National Defense College 2026 and for related matters. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, the lead debate on a bill for an act to establish National Defense College, Nigeria, to serve as a high-level center for the professional military education of senior officers and selected civilians from ministries, departments, and agencies, include parastatals from allied countries, to serve as a center for strategic research and studies, as well as a postgraduate degree awarding institution and for related matters. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, this bill seeks to provide a comprehensive legal framework for the establishment of a National Defense College as a premier institution for strategic military education, policy, development, and national security research in Nigeria. Although the college has exercised provision of the National War College, this bill seeks to strengthen its legal status, expand its mandate, and positioning it as a postgraduate degree awarding institution in defense, strategy, and security studies. The bill further repeal the existing National War College Act and replace it with a more robust and contemporary legal framework that reflects present for security activities. Mr. Speaker, the rationale of this bill is compelling and anchor on national security imperative. Strengthening national security, Nigeria is facing with a ballad of complex security challenges ranging from terrorism and insurgency to cyber threat and traditional crime. There is therefore a critical need for a high-level institution dedicated to strategic thinking, planning, and leadership training. Institutionalization strategy military education, the bill seeks to formally establish the college as the apex institution for training senior military officers and top-level civil policy makers, thereby ensuring that leadership at the high level is equipped with the knowledge required for national and international security management. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, the objective of this bill is to clear and far-reaching objective includes high-level professional military education to provide advanced training for senior military officers and selected civil and defense policy, strategic, and operations. Strategic policy development to develop partnership, understand of national power, geographical, and policy formation, thereby strengthening Nigerian strategic decision-making capacity. Postgraduate degree program status to empower the college to award program postgraduate degree, including master's and PhD, as well as professional fellowships such as FDT, Fellow Defense College. Establish of a strategic research centers to establish a Center for Strategic Studies which will serve as a national think tank on defense and security, conduct advanced research on national and global security trends. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, this bill is a critical pillar to strengthening Nigeria's defense and security framework. It will also provide legal backing on an already existing institution, but also to transfer it into a world-class center for excellence in strategic studies, military education, and policy research. At a time when national security challenges are increasingly complex and interrogated, Nigeria must invest in institutions that can generate strategic insight, build leadership capacity, and support evidence-based decision-making. I therefore urge this Honorable House to give this expedient and favorable consideration in the overwhelming interest of national security, institutional development, and global level. I so move, Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you. Any seconder? Yeah, Ami.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I remain Ogel David Agada, a member representing Oju Obifera constituency. I'm from Benue State, the food basket of the nation, and a proud Igede son. This afternoon, I rise to second this, be as well moved by my honorable colleagues this afternoon. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honourable Speaker, honourable members, a bill for an act to establish National Defence College of Nigeria to serve as a higher level center for the professional military education of senior officers and selected civilians from MDS, including participants from the armed forces of allied countries within and outside Africa, serve as a center for strategic research and studies, as well as a postgraduate degree awarding institution and for related matters. Second reading.
Thank you, Clerk. Bill referred to Committee on Defense. The sixth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to make provision for the mandatory publication of financial and operational records of all ministries, departments, agencies, and government-owned enterprises that draw or generate revenue for the federal government. Establish a central portal for the dissemination of such record. Enhance public accountability to curb corruption and promote citizen engagement and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihombere. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time Tuesday, 16 December 2025. Now I invite Honorable Ihombere to move that the bill be read the second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Professor Julius Ihombere, Owan Federal Constituency, Edo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that HB 2677 be read the second time.
Any seconder? Yes.
Right Honourable Speaker, Simon Seni Mohammed Jallo, representing Igabi Federal Constituency of Kaduna State. I hereby second the motion, I believe moved by my colleague, I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. I think this is an establishment bill. I'll just throw the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to make provision for the mandatory publication of financial and operational records of ministries, departments, agencies, and government-owned enterprises that draw or generate revenue for the federal government, establish a central portal for the establishment of such records, enhance public accountability, curb corruption, and promote citizen engagement and related matters. Second reading.
Thank you, Clerk. Bill referred to Committee on Public Accounts, Finance, Digital and Information Technology. The seventh order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to provide for the jurisdiction for pre-election matters and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Benjamin Kalu and 4 orders. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time Wednesday, 29th April. Now I invite Honorable Bayo, the Chairman Electoral Committee, to move that the bill be read the second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Prince Bayo Balogun, member representing Ibeju-Lekki Federal Constituency. I rise to move the motion that the bill on Act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to provide for the jurisdiction for pre-election matters and other related matters, HB
2760.
2760 be read for second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
I would also like you to handle the eighth order of the day, which also had to do with the Electoral Act. Which is HB 2761. Also move so that we can do it together.
Yeah. Once again, my name is Honorable Prince Bayo Balogun, member representing the Ibeju-Lekki Federal Constituency. I rise, Mr. Speaker, to move that the bill for an act to amend Electoral Act 2026 to provide for flexible, reliable, and technology-driven mode of service of election petition process and for related matter, HB 2761, be read for the second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Second, minority leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable George Ibezimako Ozodinobi. I represent the good people of Njikoka, Anocha, Dunukofia. I'm from Anambra State. I rise to second the motion as moved by my colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The floor is yours now, Chairman Electoral Affairs. Let us know about HB 2760 and HB 2761. The microphone.
The bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to provide for jurisdiction for pre-election matters and for related matters 2760. The bill seeks to amend the Electoral Act to provide clarity, certainty, and uniformity in the jurisdiction and determination of pre-election matters arising for party primaries and other pre-election activities. Specifically, the bill amends Section 29(5) of the Principal Act to expand the jurisdiction of filing suits by aspirants challenging false information submitted by candidates. It allows such actions to be instituted either in a court in the Federal Capital Territory where the cause of action arose, and thereby increasing access to jurisdiction, to justice, and reducing procedural bottlenecks. Furthermore, the bill introduces a new section 29A to comprehensively regulate the jurisdiction and adjudication of pre-election matters. The proposed provision clearly delineates the courts vested with original jurisdiction over different categories of pre-election dispute. It provides that pre-election matters relating to National Assembly, state assemblies, the governors shall commence at the Federal High Court and with appeal laying at Court of Appeal. The pre-election matter concerning presidential elections shall commence at the Court of Appeal, which shall exercise original jurisdiction with further appeal laying to the Supreme Court. The bill also seeks to eliminate jurisdictional conflict by expressly providing for that no court shall entertain pre-election matters except as stipulated in this proposed section. Overall, the bill aims to streamline the adjudication of pre-election disputes, reduce forum shopping, ensure speedy dispensation of justice, and strengthening Nigerian electoral legal framework in line with constitutional provisions. The bill, when passed, will enhance legal certainty, promote judicial efficiency, and deepen integrity of the electoral process. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And let's handle that first. You come up again. You come up again on that one. Okay. Now let's handle that. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
2760 first. Any seconder to that? Yes.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Dr. Gali Mustafa Tijani. I represent Alabasuga Jingiperal constituency. Mr. Speaker, I second the motion heavily moved by a colleague. I so second.
The question is that the bill be now read the second time. Those in favor of it say aye. Those in favor of it say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to provide for the jurisdiction of free election matters and for related matters. Second reading.
The bill is referred to Committee of the Whole. Can we have the Chairman, Electoral Act, please, again, rise to move a motion that the second one be read the second time. Actually, I've moved it before just to lead the debate.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, my name is Honorable Prince Balogun, member representing Ebejileki Federal Constituency.
Mr. Speaker, point of order, sir.
Please, what is your point of order, please?
Give me. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I think we are expected to have copies of what we are passing. This is a very serious matter, and nobody has seen it. I've just asked them. It's not been shared. Nobody has a copy.
Clerk, you told me they have shared the copies.
Nobody has a copy. I've asked here, they don't even have a. So we are passing Electoral Act amendment, and nobody has a copy of what we are passing. If anybody has, maybe you can share, but nobody has it. And we're taking it back to Committee of Whole for consideration without even looking at what we're passing.
Mr. Speaker, the bill is on the platform. You can check. Open.
The bill is on the platform?
Yes. The Electoral Act is so important that we cannot afford to just sit down. You have passed it now, and we want to consider it without even looking at it. I mean, honorable colleagues, please.
No, that's okay.
Sir.
Nobody is considering it now. It's being referred to the committee to do their job. And it is, in this era of paper,
Mr. Chairman,
we are trying to avoid much of paper publication. So we should be using this electronic. We want to go e-parliament.
Even for amendment, we have never amendment from platform. These are papers we see. This is Electoral Act.
Yes.
It affects everybody. We should see it here, read it and see what we're
Chairman,
passing.
outside publishing it on the platform, please make sure you make copies and circulate.
It's not on the platform.
Thank you.
It's not even on the platform. Which one of the platforms?
The general platform.
The
Check
colleagues
it.
are saying it's not there.
Okay, what we are going to do, Chairman, Electoral Affairs.
Yes, sir.
Please liaise with the Secretariat immediately, let them run some copies. We'll step this one down.
I've present it again now.
No. Even if you send it again, please, Secretariat,
Mr. Speaker.
Let the members here have copies. We'll step this one down. We'll come back to it before we finish the business of the day.
Okay, all right.
What he raised is fundamental. Okay. We must oblige.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. So work with the secretariats.
All right.
So HB 2761, step down until the material is distributed. We'll come back to order 7 of the day, but now let's handle order 8. The 8th order of the day is commencement of debate. Okay, that's 8 is what we are stepping down. Order 9 of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to establish a 50-year national economic plan for Nigeria and measures to compare compliance therein and for related matters. Signing in the name of Honorable Amobi Oga. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time, 22nd July 2025, and I invite Honorable Oga to move that the bill be read the second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and my dear colleagues. My name is Honorable Amobi Godwin Oga, a proud son of Uturu Ancient Kingdom. I represent Nigerians through the good people of Isukwato and Umunnochi Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, I'm from Abia State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move a bill for an act to institute a 50-year national economic plan for Nigeria and measures to compare compliance and for related matters. HB 2488. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I remain right, Honorable Dixon Taki. Rise this morning to second this very important motion, heavily moved by my colleague from Abia State. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The floor is yours. Please lead your debate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and my dear colleagues. My name still remains Honorable Amobi Godwin Oga, a proud son of Uturu Ancient Kingdom. I represent the good people of Isukwato and Umunnochi Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Abia State. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, a 50-year national economic plan for Nigeria 2026 to 2076 represent a bold and transformative legislative initiative aimed at addressing one of the country's persistent development challenges, policy, inconsistency, and short-term economic plan. The proposed bill seeks to establish a legal binding, long-term economic framework that will guide national development across successful administrations by institutionalizing continuity, coordination, and accountability. The bill is designed to reposition Nigeria's economy for sustainable growth and global competitiveness. Nigerian economy has been characterized by a succession of development plans, many of which were ambitious in conception, but weak in implementation. From Vision 2010 to Vision 2020 and the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, the country has repeatedly demonstrated its capacity to plan, but not necessarily to sustain those plans. Frequent changes in government priorities, weak institutional frameworks, and the absence of legal enforcement have often led to policy reversals, abandoned projects, and inefficient use of public resources. These structural deficiencies have hindered long-term economic transformation, leaving the country vulnerable to external shocks, particularly fluctuations in global oil prices. The proposed 50-year National Economic Plan addresses those shortcomings by providing a stable and predictable economic direction over an extended period. One of its most significant economic contributions is the promotion of macroeconomic stability. A long-term plan enables the government to articulate clear fiscal and monetary priorities, thereby reducing uncertainty and volatility and stability in economic policy, which is essential for maintaining investors' confidence, managing inflation, and ensuring sustainable growth. By anchoring economic decisions within a long-term framework, Nigeria can better withstand external shocks and maintain steady progress. The absence of continuity in Nigerian economic policies has historically discouraged long-term investment, particularly in capital-intensive sectors such as infrastructure, manufacturing, and energy. A legally binding 50-year plan sends a strong signal of policy credibility and commitment, thereby reducing investment risk and attracting capital inflows. The bill also has profound implications for infrastructural development, which is a cornerstone of economic growth. Infrastructure projects such as highways, railways, power generation, and ports requires long planning horizons and sustained investment. My dear colleagues, short-term planning cycles often result in incomplete and abandoned projects, leading to wasted and reduced economic efficiency. When compared with international practice, the proposed bill reflects a synthesis of global best practices while addressing local realities in Africa. Countries such as South Africa, Rwanda, and Botswana have adopted long-term development plans. At the continental level, the African Union's Agenda 2063 provides a shared vision for development. Mr. Speaker and my dear colleagues, Nigeria's economic planning has historically been constrained by short-term policy framework, inconsistent implementation, and frequent discontinuity arising from changes in government. This has undermined sustainable growth, infrastructural development, and long-term investment confidence. Objectives of this bill establish a 50-year national economic plan as a binding framework for economic development, ensure policy continuity across successful administration, promote diversification of the Nigerian economy, strengthen national coordination in economic planning, provide legal backing for implementation and promise, and monitoring and education. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Gongo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues. My name is Honorable Uchenna Harris Okonkwo, member representing the Demili North and South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Anambra State. Mr. Speaker, I rise today because this bill presented by my very good brother, Honorable Amobi Oga, is ambitious, and it should be where we should be leading and going towards, especially in our nation. But I believe that also a bill of this nature of ambitiousness should also carry with it an ambitious mode of implementation. Mr. Speaker, the proposal here is a 50-year plan for economic growth. It is good to note that we run an election cycle of every 4 years, meaning that if we are proposing a 50-year growth plan, that we will be running it through over 10 election cycles. I think it's very important for us to note that so we can see how the implementation will be carried on administration over administration if it is that this bill is able to pass through. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, it's also important to note that there's been other very ambitious plans like as mentioned earlier on the debate led by my dear brother, Vision 2010, Vision 2020, and the ERGP Economic Recovery and Growth Plan. All these were great plans, but the implementation has been stunted by also lack of strong institutional background on the implementation basis. So, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I think as great as this bill is, it also needs to have a legally binding fact to it that can make the implementation strong and stand, especially in our very challenging times. Mr. Speaker, one of the items that would make this bill strong is to make sure that we have a functional budget system that is not hindered by any sort of operators. And as we can tell now, we're in a bind when it comes to our budget cycles. So for this bill to be strengthened, our budget needs to be running concurrently as it's being passed. And this bill can be able to withstand when we have such strong budget cycles. Mr. Speaker, these are my contributions towards this bill, but I do support that this bill should pass the second reading. And I do support that
Return to your seat, please.
We, as a nation, we are at the point whereby we do need this sort of long-term plan, and the implementation needs to be airtight and executed properly. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. I think it's straightforward. Any other contribution to this? Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I am Julius Ihonvere of One Federal Constituency, Edo State. I wanted to add a footnote to the point raised by my very brilliant colleague who is sitting on the other side. I think in this country, we joke around with the idea of planning and budgeting. Part of it is the very pedestrian way we handle it at the elementary and post-primary levels of our educational system. Yet, that is where we need to implant the idea that if you don't plan to succeed, you are clearly planning to fail. The motion, the bill before us, is not talking really about the annual budget. It is not going to be part of what the President brings to Parliament to present. It is to establish an institutional framework and structure that will plan for the future and lay core pillars that no regime, no party that comes to power can deviate from. Just like what is going on in Lagos. There were certain pillars established on infrastructure, on transportation, on revenue generation, on security that no governor that comes to office can deviate from. I think that is what we're talking about, so that we avoid planning discipline. The Renewed Hope Agenda, the Economic Growth and Recovery Plan are trying to do that, but in an episodical manner. What this bill is recommending is a long-term plan, and those involved will not be part of government necessarily. We can debate later what form it will take. Would it be an institution of eggheads who will lay out for us where we will be in the next 10, 20, 40, 50 years, so that whatever party is coming in office, whatever the individual is, no matter the person's dreams and ideological disposition, will know that 1, 2, 3, 4 issues are critical to the survival of this country, and they cannot depart from it. And I want to commend the mover of this bill, that it is important and my colleagues should give it support. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
50-year plan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. My name is Idem Unyime, member representing Ukanafun, Orogonam Federal Constituency of Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this time to lend my voice and commend the mover of this bill, that this bill is timely, considering the fact that we have suffered a lot with our infrastructure as a country. We have seen a lot of abandoned projects, programs, and policies of government in the recent time. And one wonder why countries like China, India are succeeding in their economy. I think the secret is embedded in this proposed bill, because those countries, they plan ahead of time. But the challenge we have, as a country, is that we plan within, the scope of the time that we are living in. And that's why we keep witnessing, abandonment of policies and programs of government. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to say that this bill will ensure long-term economic stability when it is passed into law. This bill is going to promote sustainable development in the country. This bill is going to promote sustainability. So I want to urge my colleagues that it is high time that we depart from the normal administration that we are familiar with as a country, and then start thinking about the future plans, especially in the area of economic. I want to encourage my colleague to allow this bill to get to the second stage. I so support, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Yusuf Gadi.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, Yusuf Gadi is my name. I represent Panshin Kanke Kanam Federal Constituency. I rise, Mr. Speaker, to lend my voice on this very important bill and to equally give further advice. But before then, I want to take us back to history. Nigeria witnessed much more of its own development when General Yakubu Gowon introduces National Development Plan. Mr. Speaker, that was the development plan that shifted Nigeria's overdependence on agricultural sector to the Industrial Revolution of 1974. And by the time that development plan was suffocated as a result of another military intervention, Nigeria suffered a lot of consequences by abandonment of agricultural sector and equally suffocation on industrial sector. So having a plan, economic development plan for a country is very, very fundamental and very important. But my advice is simply this. As important as it is, stakeholders should be engaged during the committee public hearing so that a lot of Nigerians who have information and idea about the past development plans will add value to this 50 years economic development plan. This is my addition, and thank you for giving me the opportunity, Mr. Speaker.
Let's hear from you, Honorable Ibo Sonwa.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Ibe Okwara Osonwa Okabo Hafia, and I represent the very prosperous people of Arichuko Hafia Federal Constituency. I'm from God's own state, with God's own governor. I come from Abia. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to lend my voice to this exceedingly laudable bill proposal by my honorable brother and colleague, Honorable Amobi Oga. Mr. Speaker, there's a saying that we have that when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Mr. Speaker, the beauty of this bill, as proposed by Honorable Oga, is that we have a set plan that will hold irrespective of whom is in office. Mr. Speaker, the last time this country ever sat to do a plan was the National Development Plan of 2021, and it only lasted to 2025. We need a long-term plan so that we can manage our resources, however lean they may be. Mr. Speaker, I would also want to hope that this plan will include a consolidation of all our debt profiles into one, so that we can manage our debt from one pot as opposed to multiple sources. I want to commend Honorable Oga for this plan and proposal, and use this opportunity to urge my honorable colleagues to listen and grant favorably his proposal. I so move.
I think we've had a lot of deliberation on this. I'll just ask the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This bill is referred to Committee on National Planning and Economic Development. Please, clerk, read the long title.
Right Honourable Speaker, honourable members, a bill for an act to establish a 50-year national economic plan for Nigeria and measures to compel compliance therein and for related matters, second reading.
The bill is referred to Committee on National Planning and Economic Development. The 10th order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of the bill for an act to establish the Naval Training Command for the coordination, standardization, and management of Nigerian Navy training institutions and other maritime training institutions, collaborating with the Navy and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Yusuf Adamu Gaddi. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 11 March 2026. And I invite Honorable Gaddi to move that the bill be read a second time.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, Yusuf Adamu Gaddi is my name. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move for a bill for an act to establish Naval Training Institute for the coordination, standardization, and management of Nigerian
Honorable Amos, Chairman, House Services, approach the chair.
Nigerian Navy Training Institutes and other maritime training institutes collaborating with the Nigerian Navy, and for related matter, HB 2179. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Spokesperson.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Akitunde Rotimi Jr., and I represent good people of Ekiti North 1 Federal Constituency, which comprises Ikole and Oye local government. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by Right Honourable Yusuf Gagdi that the bill be duly read the second time. Thank you very much.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Honourable Gagdi, the floor is yours. Make it 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I will make it less. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, Mr. Speaker. I rise to lead the debate on the bill to establish Naval Training Institute for the coordination, standardization, and management of all Nigerian Navy institutions, which are about 24, and other maritime training institutions collaborate with Navy. This bill, Mr. Speaker, seeks to address the need to unify and high standard training regime for the Nigerian Navy personnel. It's equally seek to enhance operational efficiency of the Nigerian Navy and other maritime security issues. The proposed Naval Training Institute, Mr. Speaker, if allowed to pass, will help to harmonize training curriculum and methodology across Navy institutions and other maritime institutions under the Nigerian Navy. It will also foster international partnership for knowledge sharing and professional development. If allowed to pass, Mr. Speaker, it will improve infrastructural trainings, equipment for the Nigerian Navy, and enhance accountability and oversight through annual reporting and budgeting to the National Assembly. The key aspect of the bill, Mr. Speaker, is to centralize coordination of training programs across all naval institutions, equally standardization of training curriculum and assessment, and as well as collaboration with external maritime institutions. Particularly, its funding will come from the national budget. The bill, Mr. Speaker, if allowed to pass, will strengthen Nigeria's naval capability, promoting professionalism and excellence in maritime security. I therefore urge my respected colleagues to support that this bill be read for second time and refer to the relevant committee for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
So on the establishment bill, I just asked the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honourable Speaker, honourable members, a bill for an act to establish Naval Training Command for the coordination, standardization, and management of Nigerian Navy training institutions and other maritime training institutions collaborating with the Navy and for related matters. Second reading.
The bill is referred to the Committee on Navy. The 11th order of the day is a motion on the need to operationalize and complete National Automotive Development Project in Sokoto, standing in the name of Honorable Abdul Samad Dasuki. Honorable Dasuki is invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I remain Abdul Samad Dasuki, representing...
Please, Dasuki. Please. I'll call you back, please.
Thank you very much.
Please sit down. You remember that we had suspended 8. Well, the business of the day, number 8. I don't know if they have shared the paper now. Can we go back and round it up? Chairman Electoral Affairs, the floor is yours to lead the debate on that issue so that we can vote on it. And after that, Dasuki will have the floor because we're entering into motions.
So thank you, Mr. Speaker. So I will give the synopsis on the bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to provide for flexible, reliable, and technology-driven mode of service of election petition process and related matters. The bill seeks to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to introduce flexible, reliable, and technology-driven mode for the service of election petition process with a view to modernizing electoral adjudication and enhancing the efficiency of election dispute resolution in Nigeria. The bill amends Section 29(8) of the Principal Act to mandate candidates at the point of submission of nomination form to provide not only a verifiable physical address within the state of contest, but also functional electronic contact details, including email address, telephone number, or any other form of electronic communication. This is intended to ensure that parties to election petitions can be easily reached through multiple verifiable channels. The bill further amends the first schedule of the Act by revising the provision on service of election petition. It requires petitioners to provide both the address supplied by the respondent under Section 29(8) and any other known address for service, which such details deemed sufficient for the purpose of effecting service of processes. Significantly, the bill expands the legally recognized mode of service to include electronic transmission. It provides that service of election petition process shall be deemed valid if effected personally, by registered post, or through electronic means such as email, SMS, or other digital communication channel linked to the respondents. To ensure legal certainty, the bill establishes that services by electronic means shall be deemed effective upon proof of transmission, which may include delivery confirmation, service-generated records, or other credible evidence of dispatch. It also clarifies that a respondent's failure to access or acknowledge such communication shall not invalidate the service once transmission is established. Additionally, the bill amends the interpretation section of the Act to define electronic means broadly, thereby accommodating current and future communication technologies capable of generating verifiable transmission records. Overall, the bill aims to eliminate delay, reduce technological objection, curb aversion of services, and align Nigerian electoral legal framework with contemporary digital realities. Its passage is expected to promote timely resolution of election petition, enhance procedural efficiency, and strengthen the integrity of the electoral justice process. So, Mr. Speaker, this is the synopsis of the bill. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I think it's a straightforward bill to make sure service of processes, electronic version of it is used for emails, WhatsApp, and all that to enhance the speed that we want to achieve while handling the number of days for litigation. Those in support of this motion, say aye.
Observation, amendment, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I think it's very good we pay attention to what we are passing today. Okay. Honorable colleagues, it will interest you to know what is before us is that you can be served via email, SMS, or let me read it out. Honorable colleagues, for example, email is highlighted here. Let's be mindful of what we are passing. You can be contacted via email and it goes into scam. You don't know, for that you can be liable. You can be sent a SMS message. It can find itself somewhere where you have abandoned messages or numbers that you don't have in your phone, cannot send messages to you. So, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I think in passing some laws, we have to be mindful. It can affect all of us here, more especially us here. If you look at the honorable colleagues, what is saying that we should look electronically.
That's okay.
Sir,
did you say amendment?
Yes, sir.
It's not in our rules. You don't amend that second reading.
But we contribute, sir.
When we send it to the
committee,
we look at it. But let me remind you that this is an addition to what we already have, which is paper service. Because what has happened has been that people dodge services.
Mr. Chairman, paper service can be acknowledged and be received.
Yeah, it's part of it.
So nobody can acknowledge an email.
No.
Who acknowledges email? Who acknowledges SMS?
The evidence, let me educate you a little bit on this. The Evidence Act in our country has recognized electronic evidence in terms of transmissions, documentation, and that is why you see courts do what they call front-loading. Electronic version of processes has been adopted. That does not mean that we're excluding the usual traditional paper service, but we are saying, in addition to having paper service, that we are acknowledging that emails that you submitted,
Mr. Chairman, you
that
have
phone number.
let
me finish.
Yes.
That the phone numbers that you submitted,
yes,
could be used as one of the ways of conducting service. I think that is what the bill is all
Mr. Chairman,
about.
have we looked at the sequence? How do you send emails? How do you send text messages? A good number of messages these days, they go into scam if it's not for one reason or the other. Text messages is not guaranteed that a message will reach your phone. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, you know, if we are doing something, let's do something. Electronically, we said we cannot transmit electronically. Then now we are saying we are using electronic to serve you. I mean, in this one, we are ending up putting ourselves in the tight corner. I can assure you, a court will say, I've sent you email. You go to your email, it's in scam, it's been sent for one.
The bank sends you your statement through your phone.
Mr. Chairman, it's not about me.
Your bank statement
it's
comes to you through your phone.
Nigerian. No, that is it. Let's not just look at us. We are looking law for 250
Okay, let me give right to
million
reply
Nigerians.
to the chairman of the committee. Let him reply.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The objective of this amendment is to expand the scope. The physical service is still there. We are giving options. Your email, what it says is, when you are submitting your nomination form, you write the service you prefer, the addresses, both physical and the electronic device that you want to be used for that period. So it's not a matter that you have an old number that cannot be accessed. It is what you want to be used for that election that you are supposed to write. So we are giving you an opportunity to write the address and the numbers that you know will be functional for that period. And if you didn't make it available, then it will be at the person's peril. We are not removing what is there. We are just expanding it. The option you say, my honorable member, the only option you now provide is that we should leave it as it was, so that you should not expand the scope. We are expanding it. We are not removing what was there. We are just giving additional options. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I think this explanation is clear. As a society, we must evolve. From time to time, we evolve. And if they give you option, you can tick the method of communication that you want INEC to relate with you, or the processes to be given to you. You can choose the manual service. You could choose the email. You could choose the SMS.
It says shall here. It says shall, so it's not an option.
No.
If you want me, I can read it to you. It says a candidate for an shall. When you have the word shall in the law, we have to be mindful.
Yes.
That means it's mandatory.
Yes.
So if, let's be safe.
Just like the paperwork is mandatory.
So paperwork, somebody acknowledges.
Yes.
Somebody receives. And you can hold somebody responsible. But here, nobody receives this email. Nobody receives these text messages. So why don't you just become safe and take this out?
When you receive email that is a receipt, if you program, are we going to teach you technology here? When you receive email, that is a receipt that tells the owner of that email or the sender of that email has been received. When a message is sent to you and you receive it, the man who sent it to you will see the sign that it has been received. If it is served manually, if it's received in your office, it is stamped. So electronic technology is trying to make life easier for us. As we said, we are not jettisoning the one that is there, we are not cancelling, we're only expanding it. I'll just put the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, please move to suspend our rules that this be referred to committee. After the second reading, it will be transferred to the committee of the whole. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 provide for flexible, reliable, and technology-driven modes for service of election petition process and for related matters. Second reading.
Leader, I wanted to move that HB 276 and HB 2761 I will suspend our rules and commit it to committee of the whole.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There's still one motion that has not been taken by Abdul Samad. Do we wait till after the committee of the whole? There is a motion.
We are going to the motion. Okay. We just went back to rectify because the papers were not distributed. So we went back to rectify. We're still going back to our normal business of the day.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to move that we suspend our relevant rules and move to the committee of the whole to consider some of the earlier reports. I so move.
My leader.
I rise to second that the motion moved by the leader that will revert to committee.
No, we are not reversing to committee. That will suspend our rules and move these two bills to committee of the whole.
To suspend our rules to move to committee of the whole.
Thank you very much. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. So HB 276 0 and HB 2761 hereby moved to committee, referred to committee of the whole. Dasuki, the floor is yours for your motion, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I remain Abdusamad Dasuki, representing Kebetambual from Sokoto State. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the need to operationalize and complete the National Automotive Development Project in Sokoto State. The House notes that the National Automotive Design and Development Council, NADDC, established by Act number 83 of 2014 under the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, is mandated to drive the development of Nigeria's automotive industry through the implementation of the National Automotive Industry Development Plan, NAIDP. The House also notes that in furtherance of this mandate, NADDC established automotive service hubs across the country, including those in Dogondaji Town and Bodinga, all in Sokoto State. This is to enhance the vehicle diagnostic, maintenance, component testing, skills development, and above all, job creation. Aware that the Bodinga Automotive Service Hub in Sokoto State was completed, fully equipped, and handed over to the federal government in March 2023 at a cost of over ₦1 billion. However, the facility has remained non-operational since its commissioning. The House concerned that the abandonment of this critical national asset undermines the objectives of the policy on industrialization, youth empowerment, and economic diversification of the National Automotive Industry Development Plan. Sorry, sir, take that. The House concerned that the abandonment of this critical national asset undermines the objective and policy of the industrialization, youth empowerment, and economic diversification of the National Automotive Industry Development Plan, also denies the citizens access to economic opportunities and constitutes a waste of public funds. The House also concerned that the Dogonaji Automotive Youth Training Center in Sokoto, designed to complement the service hub through skills acquisition, has been abandoned at the construction stage despite significant public investment. The House worried that the non-utilization of this project may deteriorate the infrastructure, thereby resulting in loss of economic value and erode public confidence in government initiatives. The House, cognizant of the strategic importance of the functional automotive infrastructure in enhancing technical capacity, promoting standards, supporting local industries, and creating sustainable employment opportunities, the House resolves to 1, urge the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, and the National Automotive Design and Development Council to ensure the immediate completion and full execution of the Dogondaji Automotive Youth Training Center, Sokoto State. Prioritize the effective utilization, proper management, and maintenance of the completed public infrastructure to prevent waste of public funds. Call on the relevant stakeholders to ensure that youth artisans and automotive service providers in Sokoto State drive maximum benefit from these facilities upon full completion. Urge the National Automotive Design and Development Council to immediately operationalize the Bodinga Automotive Service Hub in Sokoto State for the benefit of the people. And finally, mandate the Committee on Commerce to visit Sokoto Bodinga Automotive Hub and Dogondaji Automotive Youth Training Center to ascertain their current status, investigate the cause of delay in operation and abandonment, and report within 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker, sir.
I think Sokoto State needs this. Any seconder? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Mohammed Bello El Rufai. I represent the excellent people of Kaduna North. I'm from Kaduna State. Mr. Speaker, I stand proudly to second this motion, ably moved by my elder brother, Honorable Abdul Samad Dasuki. Manufacturing is a key base, particularly in the northern region. The employment and other issues, other solutions that will come from this are very important. I second this proudly, and I hope it's expedited as soon as possible. Thank you very much, sir.
This is an infrastructure motion, and I'll just put the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to Committee on Commerce. Honorable colleagues, there is a supplementary order paper before me, and the next order on this paper is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to repeal the Nigerian Police Trust Fund, Establishment Act number 6, 2019, as amended by the Nigerian Police Trust Fund Amendment Act 2025, and enact the Nigerian Police Trust Fund Establishment Bill 2026 to establish Nigerian Police Trust Fund and provide for the equipment, training, and welfare of the Nigerian Police Force and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihombere. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time, 28th of April 2026. I now invite Honorable Leader of the House to move that the House suspend the relevant provisions of the standing order to enable the House commence and conclude debate. The general principles of the bill for an act to repeal the Police Trust Fund Establishment Act number 6, 2029, as amended by the Nigerian Police Trust Fund Amendment Act 2025, and enact the Nigerian Police Trust Fund Establishment Bill 2026 to establish Nigerian Police Trust Fund and provide for the equipment, training, and welfare of the Nigerian Police Force and for related matters. Leader, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to move. We suspend some parts of our rules to enable us to take a second reading of HB 2755. I so move.
So, Leader is moving that the House do suspend Order 12, Rule 4, Sub 1, to enable the House commence and conclude the debate on the general principle of this bill. Minority Leader, please, can you second the motion?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name remains Honorable George Ibezimako Zatinobi. I rise to second the motion heavily moved by the Leader of the House that the House suspend the relevant motion that will take his motion the second time. Thank you. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those in support of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, you are invited to move that the bill be read a second time.
Mr. Speaker, thank you once again. I rise to move that HB 2755 be read a second time.
Seconder minority.
So moved.
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second that the bill HB 2.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, the floor is yours. Lead the debate.
Thank you very much, our able speaker. As we all know, we've all invested heavily in security, and we are experiencing some of the gains in terms of trying to reposition, refocus, and redirect our police
Mark, this is your bill. Sit down. This is your bill.
Our police institutions and structures in this country. Even the debate on state police is not far-fetched from an attempt to provide a holistic organization that is properly trained, properly positioned, and properly equipped to defend and protect the Nigerian people. This bill on the Nigeria Police Trust Fund Establishment Act number 6 is essentially designed to reposition the trust fund so that it can provide for proper equipping of the Nigeria police to rise to the level of contemporary police establishments around the world, provide better training and welfare to make life better, not just for the police and for their families, but for all Nigerians. Essentially, we want to move our police from where it is to the next level. I urge my colleagues to support this bill in the interest
Thank you, Leader.
of improving our police force.
Thank you, Leader. Any seconder to this bill? Yes, Philip, Deputy Spokesperson.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues. My name is Honorable Chief Dr. Bishop Philip Agbese. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the bill as ably moved. I so second, sir.
It's a straightforward bill. Mark, you still want to say something? The bill speaks for itself. I'll just put the question. Those in support of this motion, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. This bill is referred to the Committee of the Whole. Oh, sorry, please. Clerk, please. Give us the long title.
Right Honorable Speaker, all members, a bill for an act to repeal the Nigeria Police Trust Fund Establishment Act number 6, 2019, as amended by the Nigerian Police Trust Fund Amendment Act 2025 and enact the Nigerian Police Trust Fund Establishment Bill 2026 to establish Nigerian Police Trust Fund and provide for the equipment, training, and welfare of the Nigerian Police Force and for related matters. Second reading.
Thank you. The bill referred to Committee of the Whole. The 12th order of the day is consideration of reports of the Committee on Communication on the issue from the Statutory Revenue Fund of the Nigerian Communication Commission, the total sum of 479,588,260,000 naira only, out of which 124,440,652,000 naira only is for recurrent expenditure, 26,779,045,000 naira only is for capital expenditure, 32,011,493,000 naira only is for special projects, while the sum of 20 billion naira only is for transfer to Universal Service Provision Fund, the USPF, 276,277,071,000 naira only is for transfer to federal government for the financial year ending 31st December 2026. Honorable members will record that the bill was laid on the Wednesday, 29th April 2026. Honorable Peter Akpata will move for its consideration.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Mr. Speaker, and my dear colleagues, once again, I'm Comrade Peter Ohiozoje Akpatasin, MNI. I represent the great people of Akoko Edo Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration of the report of the Committee on Communication on the issue from the Statutory Revenue Fund of the Nigerian Communications Commission, the total sum of 479 billion 580 million 260,000 naira only, out of which 124 billion 440 million 652,000 naira only is for recurrent expenditure. 26 billion 779 million 45,000 naira only is for capital expenditure, and 32 billion 11 million 492,000 naira only is for special projects, while the sum of 20 billion naira only is for transfer to the Universal Service Provision Fund, USPF. 276 billion 277 million 71,000 naira only is for transfer to federal government for the financial year ending 31st December 2026. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Any seconder? Your deputy. Your deputy is now here. Any seconder? Deputy second.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I still remain Honorable Dr. Midala Usman Balami. I represent the good and dynamic people of Askira Uba Hawul Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I stand to second this report as been presented by my chairman. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, move that the House resolve into Committee of Supply.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
To consider this report.
Professor Julius Ihonvere, C1. Onwa Federal Constituency, Edo State. I rise to move that the House resolve into Committee of Supply in order to consider the report recently presented by the chairman of that committee. I so move.
Any seconder?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name remains Honorable George Ibezimako Ozodinobi. I represent the good people of Njikoka and Ochadunukofia Federal Constituency. I'm from Anambra State. I rise to second the motion that the House do resolve into Committee of Supply to consider the relevant reports. I so second.
Those in support say aye. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those in support of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby resolves into Committee of Supply to consider reports. The report to be considered is from the Committee on Communication on the issue of the Statutory Revenue Fund of the Nigerian Communication Commission, a total sum of 479 billion, 508 million, 260,000 naira only, out of which 124 million, 440 million, 652,000 naira only is for recurrent expenditure. 26 billion, 779 million, 45,000 naira only is for capital expenditure. 32 billion, 11 million, 493,000 naira only is for special projects, while the sum of 20 billion naira only is for transfer Universal Service Provision Fund. 276 billion, 277 million, 71,000 naira only is for transfer to federal government for the financial year ending 31st December. Black Patterson, you have a minute to give us the synopsis of this report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there is an observation that we have seen between the total figure as contained in the other paper and what we have from the agency and the report that we have produced. And so the committee deputy.
I don't understand. What was presented?
Okay. Item is, what is it? So give me this one. The figure for the total capital project of the USPF is on this document, which is what we presented, is 583 billion, whereas what is in the other paper is 58. Call the.
You are beginning to confuse us.
We want to make an amendment of the
What
figure.
you have before us for transfer to Universal Service Provision Fund, USPF, is that what you're talking about? It is 20 billion. What we have here, 20 billion naira, is for transfer to Universal Service Provision Fund.
Sorry. Under digital parks, total digital project fund for the year is 59,795,137, whereas here in the other paper, it reads 58,795,137. 790,537. So we are seeking to correct what is in the other paper to agree with what is in the report that we presented.
So you want to go for corrigendum? So which one is the correct figure?
59,790,537,000 naira. That is the correct one. No, that one is wrong. This is wrong. That was what I was seeking to correct.
The total capital project, immediately behind total special project. Item
under digital parks.
Digital part is item number 20. The next to it
we are
is
looking
total
at consideration of
special
reports
project.
on
Then
page
the second
500.
one is total capital project. Under total capital project, instead of capturing it as 790 million.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, sir, if you look at the serial number 20, it read digital parks. Under it, you have total special project. Next to it, you have total capital project. The total capital project is captured as 58,790,537 naira. The correct one is 59 million. So we want to amend it. I want to move for the amendment of the total capital project to 59,790,537 naira. I so move, Mr. Chairman.
If you change that figure,
it will not.
Is it not going to affect the last figure? If you alter that, number 20, won't it affect 27 under total revenue? Because what you submitted in this year report is different from what you are presenting to us now. Because this is the one you laid. And the figure on the other paper is exactly what you laid here. I think we'll step this thing down for you to go and work on it. Because what is here is what is on the other paper.
Carried, Mr. Speaker. Please step down this report for further...
Yes. They are not ready to make this presentation. This particular report is hereby stepped down by the leave of the House. Leader, please move that we revert to plenary. Leader, move that we revert to plenary. Move that we revert to plenary to report progress from the Committee of Supply. When they are ready with the right figures, they will represent it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I rise to move that we revert to plenary and to receive reports on the outcome of deliberations in the Committee of Supply. I so move.
Minority.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to move that the House revert back to plenary to consider the report of the Committee of Suppliers. So,
if I ask a question, please let the committee liaise with committee chairman. You're not listening. Please, committee chairman, liaise with the secretariat and give us a correct version of what you intend to present. We don't want to pass this budget and we see complaints thereafter, because it's a piece of legislation. We must make sure, and we can amend it for you here, go back, and then it means that you're going to lay, if it's different from what you have laid, we're going to call you to lay the correct version, because that is what we will be considering. Those in support that will refer to plenary to report progress, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. House hereby revert to plenary. The House and the Committee of Supply consider the report of the Committee on Communication on the issue of the Statutory Revenue Fund of the Nigerian Communication Commission and deferred further consideration of the reports. That is order of the day is consideration of 3 bills standing in the name of the House Leader. House Leader is invited to move that these bills go for consideration.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I rise to move that the following bills, HB 34, HB 2760, and HB 2761 be considered by the Committee of the Whole. I so move.
Minority.
I rise to second the motion that the House revert back to Committee of the Whole. I didn't hear what he said. What?
Just second the motion moved by the leader.
Reports from the Committee of
Just
Supply.
second the motion moved by the leader. It's enough.
I therefore second the motion as moved by our leader.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Those in support of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The 14th order of the day is consideration of report of the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on the bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria at A12 Law of Federation of Nigeria 2004 to make provision for establishment of Federal College of Agriculture, Kagako, Kaduna State, and for related matters. Honorable members will recall that the report was laid on Wednesday, 22nd October 2025. If Honorable Abiodun Ishak Akinlade is in the House, you will move for the consideration of this report. It's not on seat? Yeah. Or you want to move it on his behalf?
Right Honorable Speaker,
Go ahead.
Honorable House. I want to ask the House to stand in for, because I'm a member of the committee.
Go ahead, go ahead.
My name is Honorable Gabriel Salezok. I'm a member representing Kachia Kagerko Federal Constituency. I'm standing for the chairman of the committee. Right, Mr. Speaker and the Honorable House, just like you have said, the bill was laid and it was passed to the committee for them to raise their report, and if the House will allow me, I will read the report. Mr. Speaker and honorable colleague, I rise to lead the debate on a bill to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to provide for flexible and effective mode of service of, okay, sorry, I'm reading a different, sorry.
The motion for the consideration of the report of this committee has been moved. Any seconder? Yes.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Dr. Engineer Sanubala, representing Sanyawa Gari Federal Constituency from Kano State. I move to second the motion as ably moved by honorable member. I so move.
Those in support of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. 15th order of the day is consideration of report on the Committee on Basic Education and Service on the bill for an act to amend the Compulsory Free and Universal Basic Education Purpose Act, Cap N4, Laws of Federation of Nigeria, and for related matters. Honorable members will recall that the report was laid on Thursday, 6 March 2025. Honorable Mark Hussein is invited to move the motion. It's not in the House.
The Honorable Speaker, my colleagues, honorable members, my name is Mark Husseini. I represent Takum Donga Osafedra constituency. Mr. Speaker, I do wish to humbly move that this House should consider the report of the Committee on
Honorable
Basic
Jimmy Benson.
Committee on
Jimmy
Basic
Benson,
Education
can you approach the chair?
and Services on the bill for an act to amend the Compulsory Free and Universal Basic Education Purposes Act, Cap number 4, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, and for related matters HB 594 and HB
Honorable Jimmy
1662,
Benson, kindly approach the chair.
and approve the recommendations therein. I humbly move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Any seconder? Yes. No, Ambarura, not you, him.
Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, my name is Prince Ayuba Zaku Dampar, member representing Ukari, Ibi. I'm standing here to second the motion moved by my brother. Thank you very much.
Those who are in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The 16th order of the day is consideration of reports. The Committee on University Education on the bill for an act to establish Federal University of Health Sciences, Dawakin Tofa, Kano State, as a training institution for the development of medical and health sciences and make comprehensive provisions for the management and administration of the university and for related matters. Honorable members will recall that the House looked at a report that was laid on Wednesday, 2nd July, and believe is ready for consideration if the honorable member in charge of this committee, Honorable Abubakar Hassan Fulata, is in the House to move for the consideration of this report. And around, this report is stepped down by the leave of the House. The 17th order of the day is consideration of report on the committees on banking regulation, power, rural electrification, housing and habitat on the fund disbursed to the licensed electricity distribution companies by the Central Bank of Nigeria as loan under the National Mass Metering Program. Honorable members will recall that the report was laid Tuesday 28th. Honorable Uchenna Okonkwo will move for the consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my dear honorable colleagues. My name is Honorable Uchenna Harris Okonkwo. I represent the people of the Idemili North and South Federal Constituency. I am from Anambra State, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise that the House do consider the reports of the committees on banking regulations, power, rural electrification, housing and habitat on the funds disbursed to the licensed electricity distribution companies by the CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, as loans under the National Mass Metering Program and approve the recommendations therein. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Any seconder? Second. Madam.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Jafar Abubakar Magaji is my name. I represent Mubi North, Mubi South, and Mayapur Federal Constituency of Adamawa State. I hereby second the motion ably moved by my colleague. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, please move that the House resolve into the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to move that the House do revert to Committee of the Whole to consider the reports as outlined in the order paper for today. I so move.
Minority.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I remain Honorable George Ibezimako Ozodinobi. I rise to second that the House do resolve into Committee of the Whole to consider the relevant reports. I so second.
Those in support of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby resolve into Committee of the Whole. The first bill to be considered is for an act to establish Nigerian Maritime Security Trust Fund for the purpose of training, provision of security equipment, and related facilities to enhance skills of the personnel of the Nigerian Navy and for related matters. Leader, synopsis, 1 minute.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Professor Julius Yonvere, on Federal Constituency, Edo State. This bill essentially to establish the Nigerian Maritime Security Trust Fund just to improve the Nigerian Navy. Today it is the biggest in Africa and it's giving credibility to itself in peacekeeping, helping us to check sea inspection, bunkering, cooperating with those inspecting, protecting our pipelines like Tantita, checking sea piracy, and checking maritime crimes and pipeline vandalism. This bill is intended to strengthen the Maritime Trust Fund to train personnel, acquire equipment, and improve general naval services. I recommend it to my dear colleagues. Thank you, sir.
There are 31 clauses, shadows, explanatory memorandum, and the long title. Yes.
Just, I think clause 2 of this bill, this application and duration. Application and duration. I think this maritime bill. I think we're on it, Mr. Chairman. I think we're on this maritime bill. Am I right? This clause too, Mr. Chairman. I don't understand what it means by that, but this application and duration. Oh, okay. I thought we have started.
Clause 1. Clause 2.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. This application and duration. I don't know what is it trying to explain to us. Is it trying to say it's a sunset clause because there is a reflection of sunset provision in the clause? So if it's application and duration, I think in drafting it should have been a sunset clause, not application and duration. I don't understand what it means by that. Because the correct word should be sunset clause because it is talking about the sunset provision in that clause. If I'm right. I stand to be corrected, Mr. Chairman.
There's a timeline of 6 years.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'm looking at the marginal note. The marginal note is not consistent with the way we draft legislation. Is the marginal note, if the provisions of the clause is talking about sunset provision, then the termination or the expiration or the seizure of a provision of a legislation, why application and duration? So I think we should get it right so that a layman outside would know this clause has a terminal period. But when you say application and duration, I mean, it looks a bit, I don't know how you explain it in a court of law.
Leader, any explanation?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think Honorable Sada Soli is correct. Application and duration there is really inconsistent with drafting principles, I would say. If the trust is to operate for just 6 years from the commencement of this bill and expires, that should be stated clearly as a sunset, not application and duration.
Are you proposing we step it down?
I would agree that we step it down and take it at the next legislative action.
Be stepped down by the leave of the House.
Thank you, sir.
Is it this one? The third report to be considered is a bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to provide for the jurisdiction of pre-election matters and for related matters. Is the chairman Electoral Affairs here? One minute synopsis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to provide for jurisdiction for pre-election matters and related matters. The bill provides for clarity and certainty on the jurisdiction of courts in pre-election matters and enhance timely and efficient jurisdiction of pre-election cases. The jurisdiction of pre-election matters. The bill seeks to amend the Act by introducing a new subsection 2A to clearly define jurisdiction of pre-election matters as follows. The Federal High Court to exercise jurisdiction over National Assembly, State Assembly, and governorship pre-election matters and terminates at the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal to exercise original jurisdiction over presidential pre-election matters and terminates at the Supreme Court.
Okay. Just a synopsis. There are 3 clauses: explanatory memorandum and the long title. Clause 1.
Carried.
Clause 2.
Carried.
Clause 3. There are 4 clauses. Clause 4. Explanatory memorandum. The long title of the bill. The same is applicable to the next one, which is the 5th report.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
The chairman. Mr. Chairman,
which one is this?
A bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to provide for flexible, reliable, and technology-driven mode of service of election petition processes and related matters. The objective of the bill is to introduce flexible and technology-driven mode of service of election petition process, curb delay and technicality associated with service of court processes, and modernize Nigerian electoral legal framework in line with the technological advancement. The bill seeks to amend by introducing section 29A to clearly define jurisdiction, to amend 29.8 to mandate candidates to provide both physical and electronic contact details, email, phone number, etc., and amend the first schedule to recognize multiple modes of services, including personal delivery, postal, registered post, electronic transmission, email, SMS, and others, provide other services deemed effective upon proof of transmission of the information.
Right. It's all right.
Yeah.
This is for 6 clauses: explanatory memorandum and the long title of the bill. Clause 1.
Carried.
Clause 2.
Carried.
Clause 3.
Carried.
Clause 4.
Carried.
Clause 5.
Carried.
Clause 6.
Carried.
Explanatory memorandum.
Carried.
The long title of the bill.
Carried.
Fifth report is for agricultural colleges and institutions. Honorable Senior. Honorable Zoc. Is he in the house? Move for the synopsis. Well, I think he has said something about it when he was here, just for an establishment of Federal College of Agriculture in Kaduna. It has 3 clauses: explanatory memorandum, long title. Clause 1, Clause 2, Clause 3. Explanatory memorandum, long title. The report of the Committee on Basic Education for compulsory and free universal education purpose. We are stepping it down for numbering. Contact the Secretariat, the numbering was not done well. Okay? Why? Okay, we're also stepping down the one for Honorable Flata is not around. The eighth report is to consider the reports of the Committee on Banking Regulation, Power, Rural Identification, Housing and Habitat, and the funds disbursed to the licensed electricity distribution companies by CBN as loans under the National Mass Metering Program. Is Honorable El-Rufai in the House? Okay, so Uche, you see, give us the...
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues. Honorable Uchenna Harris Okonkwo, representing Demili North and South Federal Constituency. Mr. Chairman, just a brief synopsis. The Joint Committee invited our representations and memoranda from the following parties: Central Bank of Nigeria, Meristem Wealth Management Limited, NESCSSL, Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, and licensed electricity distribution company DISCOs. During the course of the investigation, the Joint Committee requested for documentation on the National Mass Metering Program, documentation from...
It's all right.
Okay.
It's okay. Just 1 minute. The recommendations are only two. Recommendation 1, recommendation 2. Leader, move that we go back to plenary to report progress.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I rise to move that the House resolve to plenary, and for the chairman acting as speaker to report progress on the outcome of deliberations. I so move.
Minority?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I rise to second that the House do revert back to plenary to report progress. I say second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. House hereby reverts to plenary. On the Nigerian Maritime Security Trust Fund bill, the Committee of the Whole approved the clause. The Committee of the Whole deferred further consideration of the report. On the Electoral Act, for pre-election matters, the Committee of the Whole approved clauses 1 to 4, suspension memorandum and the long title of the bill. Still on Electoral Matters Act 2026, for the provision of flexible, reliable, and technology-driven mode of service, the Committee of the Whole approved clauses 1 to 6, suspension memorandum and the long title. On Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act, Cap A12, the Committee of the Whole approved clause 1 to 3, the long suspension memorandum and the long title of the bill. On the Basic Education and Service Cap N4 Laws of Federation of Nigeria, the committee deferred consideration of this report. The Committee on University Education, their bill and act to establish Federal University of Health Sciences, Dawakin. The consideration was also deferred. On the report of the Committee on Banking Regulation, Power, Rural Electrification, Housing and Habitats, on the funds disbursed by the license to the licensed electricity distribution companies by the Central Bank. The Committee of the Whole approved recommendation 1 to 2 of the reports. Leader, please move that the House adopt the report of the Committee of the Whole as the working instrument of the Parliament.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to move that the House do approve the reports as ably presented and adopt same as working documents of this House.
Minority?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I do second that the House do adopt the report on the Committee of Whole as a working document of this House. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The House hereby adopts the reports of the Committee of the Whole as working instrument of the House. Leader, please move that we adjourn sitting to Tuesday next week. Tuesday next week.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. After I had this work like this, it's with pleasure that I move that we adjourn plenary to Tuesday next week to enable members fulfill certain obligations, including trying to get their forms, which is not easy. And we'll meet again next Tuesday, same venue, same time, 11 a.m. I so move.
Minority?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion that this House do adjourn to Tuesday next week, same time, same place. And we should.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House is hereby adjourned to Tuesday next week.